So let's explore what professional communication coaching is and what you can do about it. So before I start, for those who don't know me, my name is Marina. I am a speech language pathologist as well as a American English pronunciation instructor and a professional communication coach. So when I tell people what I do, they understand the speech language therapy part. They got that. Awesome. The American English pronunciation instructor is kind of so-so. They kind of get that, but they often don't have a clue what a professional communication coach is. So basically, we deal with communication. We help enhance your communication for your gains, as well as to help you obtain success in your careers. And we do that by modifying and teaching you things about what you say, what you interpret, as well as what you project physically. So let's explore that a little bit. Let's first start talking about what communication is. So we commonly know communication is how we express ourselves. So how we use our words, our thoughts, and ideas to relay a message. What people forget is that communication is two-way, how you express yourself as well as how you are understanding what is being said or what you see, as well as non-verbal communication. So what you say, what you understand, as well as what you are expressing non-verbally, all kind of gets clumped into that communication piece. As a professional communication coach, what we are commonly known for is public speaking and presentations. But we do a lot more than that. So let's start there. So at one point in our lives, we have all had to present publicly, whether it's in a class or for work, or maybe you have to present every day to a team at work. So whatever it is, we have all done it at some point. So speaking in front of others, why is it difficult? So let's take a look. So when you have to speak in front of others, whether you are on a stage at a TED Talk, or that'd be amazing, or you are just, talking to your coworkers, but having to relay messages that are really important, the spotlight is on you. You are the star of the show. People are listening so that they can learn or gain knowledge from you. So you have to be able to relay your thoughts and your ideas very effectively. And this could be a little bit tricky, especially if you are in the spotlight and know that the attention is on you and the pressure is on. So again, a lot of people tend to freeze, and that's okay. That's normal to be a little anxious, but what ends up happening is your communication tends to suffer. And that is where we're here to help you with. So let's kind of take a look at what happens with that. So there's so many things we have to do when we are public speaking. We have to be able to read all the words, put those words into sentences, relay the message so that it makes sense. It's in a way that our audience or our listeners could comprehend, as well as we're doing all that, but we're also having to attend to see if our listeners are being captivated and are learning from us or are receiving the message clearly. Not only do we have to do all that, but also we have to be able to exhibit physically confidence, right? And we have to be able to read our audience or our listeners so that if I see someone squinting or maybe doing this, that I know that maybe I'm not being clear or there is some kind of miscommunication going on. And I have to kind of problem solve on the spot. How do I get them to understand what I'm saying? All right, so there's a lot of things that go on when we're talking publicly, all right? So oftentimes people struggle with this, and that's okay. What we do is we help them through it. We teach them different skill sets and strategies to work through, whether it's nerves or maybe making them a little bit aware of their rate of speech or their fluency. Maybe they are using ums and likes a little bit too much for our liking. And we have to get them to maybe slow down and make sure that their thoughts are clear and organized. So that's something that we can do as well. And then another thing to keep in mind when we are presenting or speaking in front of a group of people is that what we project and what we say, as well as our hand gestures and our body language, it's all how the listener receives us, right? So it impacts how we are viewed by others. So what we are saying and doing absolutely impacts how others perceive us. So we want to be able to be perceived as someone who's confident and trustworthy and someone who knows what they're saying and could be a leader. Another aspect that we work on in our professional communication sessions is interviewing and negotiations. So again, let's think back to when we had our interview for our jobs or for maybe an internship or even for colleges. You are still the star of the show there. You have to be able to, again, answer some maybe more difficult questions and show that you have a great skill set and that you would be such an essential key piece to their company or to the school. And how do you show that? By obviously your background knowledge, but also how you talk about what you know. That is so important. And so again, the nerves kind of come in and could maybe sometimes hinder your communications and what you are trying to express and exude. But again, those are all things that we are sometimes not taught in school. How do you interview? How do you negotiate? How do you exude confidence? And how do you, obtain more success in your career by just making these little tweaks to your communication?